How the top wholesalers find deals without doing any cold calls. Guys, it's Rick. In this video, I'm going to share 5 techniques, some you've heard of, some you haven't, and I'm going to show you how find the best without ever making a cold call. But before I get into it, do me this favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so other people can find the truth out about wholesaling. So that's right, I said you can actually find deals without cold calling. Yes, I like cold calling. Yes, it's a fact. I never did cold calling when I started on wholesaling, but knowing what I know today, I wouldn't eliminate. This video is if you decided you don't want to do that. I'm going to show you some free methods and I'm going to show you some paid ones. So let's get into it. I'm going to start out with probably one of my most favorite ones I'm doing right now, which basically involves SMS, which is basically texting. But I'm here to tell you the way I did it back in 2015 all the way to 2021. We did the whole thing manual. So what's changed? Well, everything's changed on it. Data's faster, data's cheaper, and technology is so much faster. And they have this new thing called AI. So you take SMS plus AI and it's absolutely amazing. There's no other word for it. If you haven't heard of this, it's because you probably don't have XLeads. That's right. Go over to xleads.com and you can utilize AI and SMS. Okay, Rick, how does this work? It's actually simple. It's a little bit mechanical from the technology side, but let me give you the layman's terms. What if I could show you how to take your texting and automate the entire sequence? Not only when you send out your SMS blast, but when they respond to it. See, the old days, we would go out, we'd send out whatever, 5,000 texts, and the ones that would engage us, we would go back and forth. And I had to sit by my computer and just type back and forth because speed was everything and I could only handle so many leads. And if you waited too long, they lost interest, they would move on. And the reality is, you have to filter out a ton of them, probably 90 to 95% of them, because we're looking for kind of that needle in the haystack. But the old days, it's just over. And if you're doing it this way, stop doing it because you're wasting time, you're actually wasting money, and you're going to be left behind. See, by using XLeads with the SMS and AI integration, you can do amazing things. Now, think about this. Rick, everyone goes, hey, what's the cost? It's simple. It's 1 stinking penny per text. Now do some math in your head. Let me just do some simplicity, okay? We train you all in xleads.com in there. We have tons of tutorials on it. So I just want to introduce you to it. If I wanted to send out 30,000 texts, it's going to cost me $300. And you understand it's simple math. If you want to do 80,000, it's going to cost you $800. And you go, well, you know what? That's Rick, that's still a little pricey. Guys, listen to me. Most of you didn't even do 80,000 texts in the entire year. And now you have the ability to do it in an entire month. Now, to be honest with you, you have to go through, you have to do A2P compliance. You got to get your phone registered. And if you're worried about that at xleads.com, if you request the support through our online support, they will actually set up a Zoom. It's 24/7. You'll have to schedule the Zoom and they'll take about 15 minutes and help you with the process and setting it up. You're welcome. We know it's one of your biggest objections, so we have involved the staff so we can get it done for you. Now, once you go through your learning curve, meaning you can't send out 80,000 texts at once, you have to start. So they teach you got to do 100, then you can go to 250, 500, and so on. You can see all this information in your XLeads account. You have to follow the protocol. It's not ours. It's about A2P compliance, so your number doesn't come up spam likely, and to make sure you're following the rules. But if you set up your XLeads and follow the rules, I can now send out 80,000 texts and it cost me $800. I know you can find leads in there because 80,000 cold calls would be expensive. So if we want to do this to go, okay, Rick, but that still seems a little pricey. What if AI can basically qualify the lead for you without your initial interaction? That's right. We're going to teach you how to put in the scripts. In fact, we preload the scripts for you. You can customize them as much as you want. So when somebody responds positively to your text, AI answers them. And guys, it is absolutely incredible. It will go through and ask them qualifying questions. It'll ask them what price they're looking to get for their home. It will go through how soon they're looking to sell, and it will learn how to qualify people. Why is this so valuable? It's going to save you hundreds of hours of time. No longer do you have to deal with the tire kickers anymore, and you can get rid of all the people that don't want to deal with you and focus on the ones that want to do a deal with you. Instead of just doing 1,000 or 2,000 texts because you can't do it, by doing this system, there's a little bit of a cost on it, but you buy back your time and you have basically AI do the qualifying for you. This is the greatest part of it. And guys, if you're not utilizing this, look into it. X Leads, you can set the whole thing up and think about how much more time you get back. And this allows you to work on other deals. And I'll go over other strategies in this video to show you how to do it. But if you want to do cold calling, this is amazing. And this qualification part, it's amazing that you can send those texts and you can get a lot of services. But the beauty of the AI is basically doing the qualifying for you. I like to get rid of the tire kickers. Guys, it's getting better and better. And here's the cool part. The AI learns based on the objections and the feedback they get from your clients, and they will get better and better on qualifying. Guys, it's hard to tell what's AI, what's not. Are you utilizing it to get speed to your lead? Guys, AI SMS is no joke. And let me tell you, it is a great alternative to cold calling. You need to check that out. Coming in number 2, digital bandit signs. Now, I know you guys have heard this from me before, but this is in the age of technology, and we need to use this technique. And we basically go online, we go in groups that we're already organically connected with. It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram. There's just a plethora of places to go out. So I'm going to give you an example of my hobby. I like boating and fishing. And I'm going to teach you what I kind of call it the Oreo method. And so everybody knows an Oreo is you got the wafer on the outside, you got the wafer on this side, and then you got that nice cream filling. This is your pitch right here. This is your organic side, which is the group. And then this is the complement on this side. So here's what someone's going to spam that's going to do it. And this is what doesn't work. And I don't know why wholesalers are out there hiring VAs to spam every group. The minute you spam my groups, we have bots in there that automatically take you out. You're just wasting your time and you'll never be allowed back in. A spam is when you join a group instantly and go, hey, who's got a house to sell me real quick? Nobody wants to talk to you. It's annoying. It's worse than cold calling. And if you're looking for a technique that's not cold calling related, digital bandit signs. I go on my Facebook group. I go in my hobby, which is going to be boating. And here's simply how I do it. I make sure I'm naturally, organically built into the group. I'm already established. So if you're not in any of the groups, take the time to join them and provide value. Put comment in there. So, hey, look at my boat. Look what I caught today, right? So I have years of post in this, actually 15, 20 years post in there. And then when I do it, I got to find a way to shamelessly put in my wholesale plug. So this is the method I want you to use right here, the Oreo method. So once I'm already established in the group organically, this builds my trust. Everybody understand that? This is my pitch, and then this is my compliment. So I'm going to come in there. How do I do it? Well, we got a sneaky way to do it now, because now we have this thing once again called AI. And if you use AI in this, you can basically use what we call AI graphics. What do I mean? If I have a boat and I'm in a boating community and I want to talk about it, just use your organization and slide the graphic in within it. So an example of this, if I have a boat, look at this great fish I caught on my boat, and then I'm going to use AI and basically ask ChatGPT, do Gemini or any of them. There's so many services out there. Please put my logo and my phone number on the side of the hull of my boat. So I can actually show a graphic with a fish that's complementary to the group and still have a pitch built in there saying we buy houses on it, whatever you want, and your phone number, your company. And at the end they go, guys, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think about my boat. Tell me what you think about my fish. So I actually went in the group and I actually made an offer without violating the group's rules. And then guys, the main reason you do this is people want to do business with what? People they connect with and people they trust. If I need a roof and my buddy's a roofer, my best friend, I'm not shopping the other companies. I call him. Why? Because he's a roofer. It's association. And association is the power of using these groups. Digital bandit signs, if you do this technique and play around with AI, especially on the graphics. If you're a football fan, say you're a Georgia Bulldogs fan, go get a shirt with you with the Georgia Bulldogs and then like a We Buy Houses, your company on there, holding a sign. You can do it. You can put it on the boat. You can put it on a car. It's absolutely endless. You want to wrap your car, show a picture of it. Instead of paying $3,000 on the wrap, just do it like this. And then look in the comments and work it. You don't have to pay money, but you do have to put time into it. It works really well. The next one, guys, reverse driving for dollars. I should probably spell it out. I'm not going to go over this one too long, but it's still effective. $4. This is basically when you take a sticky note and you put it on a door and you say, hey, listen, I have a quick question about your house. Hey, can you call me? I need to ask you something. I don't want to lie, but you got to make it curious. curious, because curiosity is what kills the cat. And this is why it works so well. There's a high connection rate. We all know in cold calling, we get such a small connection rate. Well, if I put a note on the door, you put a note on my door, I'm calling you because you've piqued my curiosity. Now, once we pique their curiosity, we're going to find out if there's interest in buying their houses. So most importantly, what type of list do we do reverse driving for dollars? Because that's all that really matters. And I'm going to have you do code violations. I'm going to have you do pre-foreclosures. And then I'm going to have you do tax delinquencies. Why? Because they're the ones that get the most return phone calls. I got bad. Tax delinquency. You know what I'm talking. Code violation, pre-foreclosures. These are the three lists I want to tax. Reverse driving for dollars. You can use AI. You can use ChatGPT. They can draw you out a route and figure out how to put it. The downside is it is time consuming, but it works really well. There is a nice engagement rate. It gives you the ability, if you want to talk to the person while you're there or run away because they're being nasty to you, hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just delivering it. Guys, I know it's somewhat old school, but it works really well. And then if you don't have time to do it, you can actually bring somebody into someone who wants to learn real estate with you, or like a JV partner or like a bird dog, and you can pay them per lead doing that. The next one, just driving for dollars, pretty straightforward. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Go out there and collect your list. And here's the key, guys. Volume, volume, volume. I know it's a pain in the butt to get it, but you got to understand this. Once you get that list, it's your list. Nobody else has it. And it gives you a key indicator. This is where I used to find all my probates, my pre-foreclosures, my tax delinquency. Why? Because they all show signs of distress. If I have distress on a property, boarded up windows, blue tarps on the roof, very, very high grass, I can get a deal. And the thing is, if I visually see that the property has a problem, understanding homeowners don't choose to go in this type of situation, then that really motivates me to push even harder on these leads. But the main thing you have to do is you have to have volume. Don't get like 50 or 100. Try to get 500 at least per month. And you know, I always tell you kind of 10x it. It's up to you. You're going to have volume because these properties take a little bit more digging because they're usually hard to get a hold of people. And for that reason is why the property's in such disrepair. Don't give up. Remember, you are resourceful as a wholesaler. Stick to it. Driving for dollars, guys, it's always been one of the best methods of getting great wholesale deals. And you don't have to pick up the phone and cold call. Number 5, right away. It is a special group we've created called Marketing to Millions. It's called joinm2m.com. And the reason why I'm excited about this is we're going to solve one of your biggest problems, which is dealing with cold callers. Now, at this point in the video, like Rick, you said you're finding deals without cold calling. That's right. What if I show you how you don't have to make the cold call, but you can engage all the benefits of cold calling? That's right. Here's the problem. If you go out and do it on your own, you're going to pay between $6.50 to $8 per hour for cold calling. You have no idea how to train the people. You're going to have to put an enormous amount of energy managing them, looking over their KPIs. And I'm going to be honest, you're going to give up in 90 days and you're going to smoke through $5,000 to $10,000. Rick, that's not what I want to do. I get it. So here's the deal is we have a lot of experience in cold calling, been doing it for a long time. And Zach ran that entire department of my company in-house for 5 years, and he's made hundreds of thousands of cold calls himself, and he's managed the centers. And we have a system called the cold dial. Now, if you're a member of M2M, this is the only way you can get it because it's not for everyone. There is an expense to it. If you want to learn more, go over to Join M2M. But basically, what if I could provide you at cold dial a cold caller? Let's just put it up here. You ready for this? You can get them for $4.50 an hour. Now, it does require a 40-hour week because they have to get through it. But here's the cool part is they're going to use a 14-line dialer. That blows me away because I have a hard time even stomaching it. I thought 3 was crazy back when we did it back in the day. I thought 10's insanity. 14 is unbelievable. It's all about efficiency. Now, these cold callers are all in one center. They are managed by a team and they have to produce. And we basically created, you have to have an XLeads account with Do It, and they upload it into your XLeads account and they produce leads for you just about on a daily basis. Now, I don't know about you, but if you offered me the service when I was getting started in cold calling, I had a little bit of money, I would have been all over. So what is the cost for this? Roughly on average, the total cost for a full-time, and if you do one cold caller on a 14-line dialer, is $870. And then you don't get involved in it. They upload the leads on it. You are in charge of the list flow, but we teach you at Join M2M, which types joinm2m.com on which type of list to upload, and that's the value of it. They go, well, Rick, that's a little bit expensive. Okay, I get it. So let's talk about this for a second. How can we reverse engineer this to make this work for you? And keep in mind, this cold caller on average is going to go through 10,000 leads within a month. And that's pretty sustainable considering you get 25,000 leads through X leads. That is the basics that you want to start with. So the reality is, if you are going to do this on your own, you're probably going to spend at least 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. You do 20 hours a week, which is going to be 80 hours a week, which how much is that going to cost you? Well, let's just say you make 20 bucks an hour on average. I'm sorry, that's a month. If you made 20 bucks an hour, this is basically going to cost you $1,600 of just your time. That's time alone. Now you're going to add the dialer and a bunch of other little trinkets to manage the people. The dialer is probably like $1.50, and then you're going to have Slack and a bunch of other stuff, another $100. So let's just go 6, 7. It's going to cost you $1,850 on your own. And I'm going to be honest with you, most people fail in this case scenario. I know I failed and I stopped doing it. I've watched countless people to do it, and I don't want you to be in that camp. You need to concentrate on connecting with your motivated sellers. Now, I'm all about marketing, but if I can provide quality lists and get people to make the calls, what if I just show you how to reverse engineer so you can pay for this system? So a lot of us has jobs that we don't like. I know I was one of them for a very long time, 12 years. I hated my job every day, and it motivated me to get into wholesaling. So you already know your job. You hate cold calling. So let's do the math. Let's just assume you make 20 bucks an hour. On average, at 20 bucks an hour, you have this thing called overtime. If you can get overtime, you can get 30 bucks an hour. And then all you have to do is make up $870 an hour. So how do we do it? How many hours we need to get? You need to find about 28, 29 hours of overtime. And your overtime would basically equate to 7 hours a week. Your 7 hours a week gets you 10,000 cold calls and get you all your time back and let you learn the art of wholesaling without going knee deep in cold calling. I've watched people make 10, 20, 30,000 calls and get nowhere. It's not that cold calling doesn't work. It's just they don't understand the mechanics of cold calling. Guys, if you go over to Join M2M, we have a cold call program. We set it up, we link it to your X Leads account, and then you can get cold callers as low as $4.50 an hour. Guys, and this is just a starting. If you want to get 4 or 5 cold callers, we have people doing that. But wouldn't you rather just do 7 hours a week of overtime? That would give you 210 times 4, 0, close enough, $840, more than pays for it. Or take on a side job or something like that. If you don't want to do cold calling and you don't want to be buried in, because keep in mind, you can only do a triple line dialer on average. And if you're doing a single line dialer, this 10,000 would be equate to 6 months worth of work. I don't care. Utilize your own job, utilize your own employer, get that cash and have people work for you that will generate leads. We'll teach you the list. We'll show you set up a schedule. But if you don't have money to pay for it, look at ways you can pull money, because would you rather work 20 bucks an hour and have somebody work 450? That is an entrepreneurial move. And if you think about that, that basically pockets you $15.50 an hour. I think it's a smart move.
Hey, really sorry to interrupt why Rick is literally dropping gems on how to get deals without calling, but this is Justin. We just launched this literally the day after Rick recorded this video. But yes, the last thing you can do without doing any cold calling out to get wholesaling real estate deals is to get cold call leads. Now you might be like, Zach, what in the world you're talking about? Well, we're introducing today Dollar Leads. Dollar Leads is the only PPL platform out here that provides cold call leads, warm qualified cold call leads for literally $1 each. Now, I mean, like, Zach, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is we go to the cold calling centers, these massive cold calling centers in Egypt that provide thousands and thousands and thousands of cold call leads to these massive PPL companies that these PPL companies charge a lot of money for. And we negotiate with the providers and say, hey, if I give you $100 grand this month, can I get the cheapest price possible for these quality leads? And they say, sure. These Egyptian cold call centers love money. And so what we do is we buy hundreds of thousands of leads at a time, and we'll provide them for you literally at cost for $1. That's why it's called Dollar Leads. Now, the best leads that we find, we handpick the freshest leads in the set. We will attach to MP3 and we'll give them to you on a golden platter. And I might be like, Zach, this sounds crazy. Wait, so the people giving these massive, expensive PPL leads from calling that don't even provide the MP3, you're just going to give it to me for $1? Yeah, that's literally what we're doing. So you might be like, Zach, so what's the pricing? What's the structure? How does this work? How do I choose my market quote? Well, you can't choose a market. These are nationwide leads. This is how I get it for the best price possible. So pretty much you got two packages you can choose here. You get $99 for about 5 warm leads every single day. So about 100 leads a month. They don't have the MP3s, they don't get the priority support. But if you pay $4.99 a month, you can get 56 hot leads, these diamond leads, and $140 leads included, which is pretty dang cool. That's definitely our best and most popular plan. Now, I might be like, Zach, this is just way too good to be true of an offer. And I kind of get where you're coming from. Literally, our first day that we literally just dropped it the other day. We're giving leads out. Caden Baker right here got a lead, drove 4 hours to the property, threw it a $90K lowball offer. And guess what? Got his first contract done right here. Literally locked up, fresh off the presses, November 19th here in Fort Wayne, Indiana for 90 grand with, ooh, a $0 EMD deposit. Kind of disgusting. Pretty nice there. So we're going to get this sold pretty dang quick. And he is going to be our first dollar leads deal from day one, obviously. We got a message from Jesse. He's looking to get roughly 3 contracts already. Ian right here just locked up an amazing creative finance deal from Dollar Leads. And we're getting a ton of great success. Now, obviously, I can handpick and cherry pick the greatest success stories out there, but I'll just be straight up with you about exactly where you should be looking at to get a deal from the Dollar Leads program. So these leads are 100% exclusive. We don't give them out to everybody else, but these are cold call leads. So for example, we're not going to reshare the lead to multiple people here inside of the platform. But if it's a high equity list, we're probably talking to a couple other wholesalers, which means inherently there's a little bit of competition. Now, for most PPL, you can just go on YouTube and watch people close PPL leads. I've seen people drop 3 grand on PPL on a live stream, get like 16 leads and not close one person. Well, for $1 a lead, that's a way better option. For expensive PPL, you're going to close 1 out of 20, 1 out of 30 of these leads. So for dollar leads, they are like 200 times less of the cost, but you don't need to do 200 times more than volume. So technically this is a better ROI. So on average, I'll probably tell you 1 out of $500 leads is going to be an actual deal. About 1 out of 300 is going to be a contract. But I want you to have the mindset, and I'm just going to assume you, quote, suck at wholesaling real estate. Let's just say you suck at closing. I would probably say you should have the right mindset. Now, it's going to be a lot less, but just have this mindset and these expectations going forward. Probably 1 out of 1,000 leads are probably going to be a nice $20,000 wholesaling deal, which, by the way, is a 20 times return on your ad spend, which I think is pretty dang good. And on the diamond leads, probably 1 out of 100 is going to be a contract, and just assuming you suck at closing, so 1 out of 200 are going to be a wholesale deal. If you're really good at closing, probably divide that by half and you'll be good to go. But understanding that these deals come from the follow-up. This is why we made dollar leads, right? This is why I made dollar leads. I'm going to give you the leads for free. And the reason I'm doing it for free basically is, number one, this provides you extra leads and deals to do, which is an amazing service to give. But Zach, why are you doing this for free? What's your in on here? Are you going to go jack the prices up? Well, we could jack the prices up. We might in the future. I mean, we're not promising grandfathering prices on this program because lead quality needs to be number one, and it is very expensive and the costs do go up sometimes. But more importantly, you have to use X leads for this. Like, the whole point of this is this program does not work if you do not use X leads. That is legitimately the point of giving dollar leads out for free. It helps our community. So obviously I partnered up with Max Deer on here. So Max is really happy about doing it for free because it's more deals that they can JV with him, right? Obviously go to Max Dispo, check it out with him. But for me, it's like you have to use X Leads for the follow-up, right? So X Leads has e-signing, so obviously you need to e-sign these virtual sellers. You need to comp these properties because some of them are in non-disclosure states. Like, I called these leads on Friday, right? I actually got 2 contracts out of 10 diamond leads on my live stream on Friday. And just seeing if you're still looking to get a cash offer on it.
Yes, sir, I am. And you're referring to the one on Oak.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And I just don't. We've got some other houses too right now that I've got 2 people in there. Right.
Where would you be at? I buy this cash 30 days from now. We get this done.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now. I will not. I don't really want to go any less than 62. Why don't you let me think on it and you call me back tomorrow and let me.
How about I can commit to 62,000 right now, and I have my partner come by the property later today or tomorrow, whatever works best for you.
Yes, sir.
That work for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's a good time that works for you, today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Away with the thing. And I don't want to go haggle back and forth over all this money. I mean, do you take 5 for it?
No, I'm gonna take 5 for it.
Okay, what would you take?
I still gotta pay the taxes and everything. I take about 7.
Okay.
That's the lowest I'm going, about 7. Because I still have back taxes I have to pay, and yeah.
I mean, could you meet me in the middle?
Okay, what's the middle? 6 grand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take 6 grand.
Okay.
Oh,
So $6,000 and we can close in 30 days. So let me ask you a question here.
monster.
Could I get your email or would you want me to send over an agreement over text?
You can send an agreement through my email.
Right. I actually got 2 contracts out of 10 diamond leads on my live stream on Friday. And of course, in Missouri, it was a non-disclosure state. So I had to go in X leads and comp the property. I had to look at the data, but also what's really cool is if I want an e-sign, I can just drag right here and boom, a contract gets created right there for an e-sign. But also if the lead doesn't get picked up, we have our PPL pipeline right here, where if they don't answer, you put them on a cold call lead and they don't answer, boom, we're going to be following with them every single dang day. And guess what? If they don't answer again, we can put them on a follow-up daily or follow-up weekly. So the whole point of this is the lead's like, follow up in a week. We can literally just drop them in the follow-up weekly and we're going to automatically follow up with them inside the CRM here every single dang week. And right when we get the deal signed, you don't want to JV with Max, you go to the Dispo tab right here and you use X Leads to go out here and find cash buyers. This means X Leads has become twice as valuable for everyone who uses PPL. So again, I kind of hinted at this on version 3 of X Leads that some awesome PPL stuff's coming down the line, which is this. And that's why we provided X Leads and updated it for PPL because we just did this mega drop. So again, this is not a dollar leads infomercial. I'm just letting everybody know this is the theme of the video. We didn't know if we're going to get dollar leads out in time, but we actually did, which is really cool. So yes, the last and final way to go out here to get wholesaling real estate deals without any cold calling at all is just buying PPL leads for $1. Of course, the follow-up's going to be crazy. They're going to be lower quality than a $300 or $400 PPL lead, but they're going to require a lot of follow-up. But the return on your investment, this is the best return on investment for any PPL you're going to have out here, especially the diamond leads too. All you have to do is scroll down here and sign up for your plan and choose your plan. And when you log in, you're going to get your exact countdown of exactly when your leads are going to drop, which is really cool. And what I really like is this is just Max showing the platform off, but when your lead gets dropped, you get a Google Street View, you get a map of the property, you also get an estimated value, you get the equity percentage, you get our estimated MAO and our estimated offer price. We also filter the properties so they're not on market or not sold yet. And even if they are, we promise you we will replace your lead free of charge. So if your lead is on the MLS or if it already got sold, which some slip through the cracks, we filter it and the next day goes on the MLS. We really can't control that. We will personally replace your lead for free, no problem at all. It takes about a week to do that. Also, you click the link under Diamond Leads.
My name is You have ever considered selling?
And then you'll go out here and get the actual recordings of your diamond leads. Attorney from Egypt. So if you check it out, go to dollarleads.com. Bring it back, Rick.
So guys, it's up to you. I just showed you 5 ways to do it. My favorites, I know you guys know reverse driving for dollars, driving for dollars. I love the AI SMS right here. And guys, check out joinm2m.com and we will set you up through cold dial. It takes a little time to set up for you, but we can get you in there, you can get 1 cold caller full time and they can on average get through 10,000 leads in a 1-month period. You can just do a little overtime at work. Let's face it, guys, it's probably easier to do the overtime at work than trying to come up with the cash to do this if you are crunched for money. I'm giving you options to find deals without ever making a cold call yourself, but let's leverage other people if you want to take cold calling works. But I get it. I don't want to spend hundreds of hours cold calling. Neither should you. Check us out at joinm2m.com. Guys, if you want to get the best data, you want to tie this all together, go over to xleads.com. Let me know in the video which method you're going to use. I love all this AI stuff. I love all the stuff that we can do and integrate our accounts together. That's why I'm a big fan of showing you all this. Let me know in the comments which one you're going to use. And as usual, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it with someone that you think would benefit from this video. This is Rick, and I'll see you in the next video.